What's up? This is El Mario here. Now, I've heard this topic about these anti-bronies, and I'm gonna put one on the spot right now. This user is called Akrit's Dragon. This user, he's a anti-brony, and he likes to make fun of bronies and stuff like that. But you see, he's already made a classic mistake, and I just want to point this out real quick because I like putting him on the spot, since in the last video he kind of put me on the spot, you know. This is pictures of Akrit's Dragon. Yes, this is what he really looks like. Doesn't he look like a freaking jackass? This user has no skills at what he does because he's already breaking the famous rule of the basement dweller and not revealing your face. So I just wanted to point that out. That's a major one because that's a rule that you don't break. Akrit's Dragon. Anyway, now let me get to the anti-brony people. These users have came up with a lot of famous excuses. Here's one of the famous ones that I like. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is only a girl show. Really, it's a girl show. Well, let's go through these characters, shall we? Rainbow Dash is kind of like an athletic tomboy. She doesn't put on makeup, she hardly puts on dresses, and she doesn't talk about boys a lot. I wonder what that tells you. Yeah. It's very simple. If it was meant for girls, they would make it girly girl. I'm not trying to be sexist and say that girls can't play sports, but this is just a point that I'm making. Now let's look at Applejack. Applejack is kind of a farmer girl, but she only puts on a little bit of dresses here and there, and she kind of sits there and acts kind of boyish, you know, and she doesn't exactly match the description of a girly girl. Okay, so she's not really a girly girl neither. Let's just point that out too. Twilight Sparkle has a little bit of the feminish thing, but she's not really a girly girl. She would be more presented as a regular girl, a nerd. Okay? She's just like the nerd. Rarity is kind of the glamorous kind of like woman who would glamorize herself and stuff like that. That's mainly only one specific character that you can say is girly girl, because she doesn't like to get dirty. Fluttershy is kind of the same way. Girly girls are usually very shy, but you only got 2 against mainly 3 characters out of the whole My Little Pony that's not girly girl. And the show is not set neither as to girly girl. Otherwise, they'd be just doing the same things that I have basically said. It would be all about boys, makeup, clothing, going to the mall. Okay? Another thing too is that they like to confuse the bronies with the cloppers. Cloppers, again, is more like the fur fags. And these 3 pictures are fursonas. Now you notice that these fursona matches the same thing as the people. They look quite the same, don't you think? Oh, faggotish. Anyway, these are furries. This is the description of furries. Fursonas is something that they take from their own images and put into the image of the animal. Thus being, they present themselves and they make themselves out of their own anamorphic character. Now, you see the picture that I have is not an anamorphic character. Okay? I can't really stress it how much. I mean, I don't look like Rainbow Dash. I really don't. Wow, people. Another thing they like to say is bronies are more or less just sex crazed and, you know, always likes to particularly always say that they like My Little Pony. There's differences actually with that too. One of the differences, there's your regular shy brony guy who likes the show but will never admit that he likes the show. What he does is he'll say it to a few close friends that he likes the show, but he will never point out that he really likes it. And it says like, "Oh well, yeah, I can recite the episodes and stuff, you know." Now, the true brony is that person who will recite every episode, can recite the song, will discuss the episodes with just about anybody. And then you have these weird guys who like to show bronies being cut and tortured. I don't really put them necessarily as the categories of true bronies. I think they hate it, but they're just trying to show it in their version of how they would like it. You know? It's gruesome. There was a user too, I don't remember his name, or the username, but that one in particular likes to show gore in the brony thing. And then you got what we call pony fags, who will defend the show to the fullest, that will always try to claim like, "Oh, well, this show's the best, F this and F that. You can't say that this is not good because this is better, this is that," and they shove it in your face, literally trying to make you persist on watching it, and they think that they're smart. And that's not really how people would go at it. A true brony likes a show. If you don't like it, whatever. Otherwise, we don't really care necessarily if you like it or not. I like it. So that's that. Let's see. There's also an anti-brony that will say that the show's art is disgusting and it's terrible. No, not really. Actually, it's better than the 1980s My Little Pony. The 1980s thing was more or less set to be for little girls, but then that failed, didn't it? Because the whole storyline was stupid. If any of you have ever gotten a chance to have watched the My Little Pony in the 1980s, you would see, I mean, the art is okay, but the voice actors suck. The storyline sucks. And that's why they had to move to toys in the first place, because it looked so bad then that nobody would have wanted to watch it. I mean, it was just basically like this. "Oh, hello. I am Twilight Sparkle. How are you?" And then the other pony would be like, "I'm great. How are you?" So dull, you know, and I'm surprised they didn't close it sooner, but they kept just maybe a couple of episodes going, and then they forced themselves to close it. So, no, the new nowadays drawing, thanks to Lauren Foss, looks really cool, actually. And I dig it because it has a really good storyline. You can learn a lot from it in a good, perspectable way, and the voice actors do a really marvelous job on it. So, I don't know. I think these anti-bronies are just closet cases for all I'm concerned. I think that they're just like, "Oh, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to lower my manhood." No, I'm afraid of my manhood. They're shy. But my message that I want to say to the anti-bronies is, watch the show before you make judgment, and try to get a good perspective of it first before you judge anything else. Alright? Alright.